Polk Nation is back. Heath Schwer is back. Oh, it's so exciting when you actually make time for us.
Oh, I'm always trying to make
exciting.
time, my friend. But I mean, when I do have responsibilities,
Do you?
I do have a few.
Really?
I have a few.
I have a lot of things to talk about. First of all, basketball is one win away from 400th win in the program history.
It's amazing, right? Yep.
I mean, think about it. There's not been a lot. There's been some down years here, but you're going to get 400 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Your magic number is basically 3 to win to wrap up the number 1 seed, which is more important really than anything else in this whole process. But James Landreneau getting his 300th career win as a head softball coach last weekend. Tennessee coming here for softball, baseball ramping up. How busy are you going to be? Are we actually going to see you at some of these things?
Oh yeah, you see me at, all of them. It's a busy week. We met yesterday.
Do you have enough people?
It's hard. I mean, we're going to be stretched thin, but this is a really busy time of year. The end of basketball and then the start of the spring sports. It's a lot. It's very busy.
And we're almost into spring football.
Oh, no question.
So all 5
and the conference tournament, right?
All
yes,
5
100%.
of the big ones plus track will be going on.
Yep.
Not to mention your tennis team.
It's a lot, and I'll tell you what, our tennis team, Sonia's doing a great job. She's undefeated right now. We got a big, some big matches coming this weekend at home for her as well. So things are good. I mean, I'm my hat's off to Coach Landreneau. I mean, 300 wins is. He's really built a great program, and I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, this is a strange thing in some ways because you have 2 spring coaches, both with 300-plus wins right now on campus, most wins in history of a program that don't seem like they want to go anywhere for this level, and all of their wins have come at this university. That is extremely rare.
Oh, it's extremely rare, and both of them are great people. Both of them are very different personalities.
Very different.
But both of them, just do a great job running their programs, and we're all blessed to have them here, and hopefully that they can stay here for a long time.
Incredibly consistent, both of them. I mean, they're always in the running. It seems like may have a down year here and there, but they're always in the running.
They are.
All right, I want to ask you about basketball because we're now into. You have no say in the NCAA tournament seeding and all that. But last year you were a 12 seed. Now you had 30 wins.
Right.
So you went in at 30 and 3. This year you're going to have a few more losses. But your record is actually a little more impressive because of who you played.
Right.
Does that account in the seeding? How much does that matter in the seeding? And how much does the conference being up to 21 in the Chem matter in your seeding, do you think?
I'm glad you brought up the Ken Pom. Okay, our league has gotten significantly better.
Yeah.
When Coach came in here, the league was always, there's only 31 leagues, right? So they were either 30 or 31.
Yeah.
I mean, 29 if it was a good year. We are 21 now, so our league has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
So when people come, gosh, we're struggling. I like these teams are better.
Well, I try to tell people that, and they don't believe me.
Yeah, for sure. Like, they're better. And honestly...
Houston Christian has taken a huge jump.
Huge jump. And I truly believe, and you talk to Chris Grant, he'll tell you this, is that because of our success, we've raised the ante, right? Like, if you want to compete, you have to invest in it, and other schools are doing that, and that's why we're better. So, yes, I think our seed, right? The seed is important. But really, it's the matchup. Yeah. I mean, whether you're an 11 or you're a 12 or you're 13, it really depends on the matchup. But I think that across the country, more people have respect for what we're doing this year than we did last year because of who we played. Yeah. I mean, our preseason schedule was absolutely brutal. Yeah. And
it's played out that way.
100%.
If you look at it.
And then you get into league play, and last year I think we were 27 or whatever, in the Ken Pom. Now we're 21. It's a huge jump.
Every win means a little more. No, and I think the interesting thing that I try to tell people is, it's not you're seeing a commitment. You see Texas Corpus Christi building a new on-campus arena. East Texas A&M just announced they were going to build one. Now the drawings are out there, but. I talked to their play-by-play guy last night about it and how excited they are about that. But more importantly to me is the young coaches that they've brought into the league, the new coaches at Houston Christian, Nichols, a former assistant here at McNeese.
Yeah.
I think that's the dynamic that's kind of changed.
For sure. I think that, for years, I think that there was a mentality in this league that just everyone kind of came here and just kind of hung out and stayed. And now, people understand. Again, when you listen to Chris Grant, I think that he would tell you the same thing. People see the revenue potential in men's basketball now when they probably haven't seen it before. Because make no mistake, at this level, because there's no bowl and no TV, at this level, men's basketball is a net positive.
Yeah.
Now, our football program is different than everyone else's because of our fan base and our crowds. But really for us, to get to the NCAA tournament and the ability for, national recognition, branding, that I think that people saw what happened with us last year and this year, I think now this league is really, really investing in men's basketball.
Yeah, and I wish more people would understand how much better the league is when they talk about play.
A lot better.
When we come back, one of those guys in this league, Javohn Garcia, will be our guest here on Poke Nation.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us. At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
Ever since I was young, I've known what I wanted to do. Sure, I had some guidance along the way. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But eventually, I had all I wanted. Family, career. It went by fast. Now I'm here. Retirement. And thanks to sound financial planning, it will be all I hoped for. And our children will have a secure legacy. For me, retirement is the next great chapter in my life.
Ferdinandson Financial Group. Let us help you make a plan.
Welcome to Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where every dish is crafted with fresh ingredients bursting with flavor. Make your date night unforgettable with our authentic Mexican dishes in a cozy and unique setting. Experience our warm and welcoming staff dedicated to ensuring your dining experience is nothing short of exceptional. Unwind at our bar with weekly drink specials perfect for any occasion. Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where great food, people, and drinks come together.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
New to Lake Charles, but not Louisiana, Mockler Beverage has been a leading Anheuser-Busch distributor for over 35 years. Known for an unwavering commitment to quality and service, we're excited to bring our excellence to Southwest Louisiana. Our exceptional portfolio of brands ensures we have the perfect beverage for every taste and occasion. Experience the Mockler difference, where every sip tells a story of excellence and satisfaction. Mockler Beverage, we serve Southwest Louisiana. For more information or to join the team, go to mocklerbeverage.com.
Welcome back to Poke Nation. It is a pleasure to have Javohn Garcia. What's up, my man?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing real good.
I think so. We're first place in league. You're playing well. You're on pace for Conference Player of the Year potential. Things are good, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, listen. I want Poke Nation to learn a little bit about you, right? So, you grew up in Ohio, okay, and then went to prep school, and then talk about your journey. Where did you go first, et cetera? Out of prep school.
After prep school, I went to University of Massachusetts. I was there for 2 years, and then from there I went to JUCO, College of Sequoias in California, and then I transferred here for 2 years. I've been here since last year.
That's awesome. So, big culture shock, right? You go from Ohio, then you go to Boston, right in the heart of the city at UMass, okay? And then go to COS, College of Sequoias, which is in San Joaquin Valley, if anyone doesn't know, and then come all the way to Louisiana. So talk about the different places you've been and the culture and all of them.
like the different places I've been, it's like different culture, different type of food, different people. And I just feel like I just learned from everyone. Like people on my team, I learned from their game, picked up different pieces, and just try to add it to my game.
So what do you think? So where's your favorite spot then?
Definitely Louisiana.
There we go. Good answer. Well, I mean, really. So okay. So what?
Ask him the food question.
No. So what is your favorite restaurant here in Louisiana, or your favorite food since you moved to Louisiana?
I could say gumbo, and I love Mr. Bill's.
You love Mr. Bill's and gumbo. Good answer.
That's
I mean, really though,
you set that up every time.
I mean, but listen, when I came here, I didn't know what gumbo was. Same thing, right?
I knew.
You knew? I had no idea. I'm like, what is gumbo? And you put, and I'm like, okay. And then it's good stuff. It's good
Okay,
stuff.
so let's talk a little basketball now that we've got the food critic portion out of the way here. Last year, you watched Shahade Wells and play, and there are times when you kind of do the same thing this year. You kind of take over the game. How do you pick and choose those moments, and what did you learn from him?
Hade was like a leader on and off the court, and I just learned like he just learned how to like teach guys like in different moments, and like how you said, like he take over the game and times we needed to. I just learned a lot, like just off the court stuff, on the court practice habits, just being consistent every day. Like he always was big on consistency, and I try to pick up on that. And
When do you know to do that? Is it just a feel for the game, or is there like a tempo thing when you need to know you got to go to the basket, or when to back off of that and get other guys involved?
I think it's just a feel for the game and just like seeing different reads when they open up and just attacking them. Once they open up, I just attack the reads and make the best play for our team to win.
So JG, let me ask you this. So I think, watching this team, I still don't think we've played our best basketball, right? And we're, we got a 3-game league in conference, and we had a lot of injuries and things like that early in the year. But I still don't think we've played to our potential. Number one, do you agree with that? And number two, what needs to happen for this team to reach its potential?
I do agree with that. Like I feel like games have been very close lately, and we have to, I think, just more like playing like together and just trusting one another, and just like I said, seeing reads on offense and defense, and just attacking them. And like Coach says, like we're gonna play hard and just make it aggressive play. Like
right. If you're gonna make a mistake, make an aggressive mistake. I've heard Coach say that.
One thing about you guys though is defensively you've been pretty good all year. The last 2 games, 50 points and 51 points. That's pretty good to only give up 101 points in 2 games. Have you guys focused on locking down more, especially inside? It seems like you're letting some jump shots go, but you're really locked down on letting guys get to the basket. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, sir. Every day in practice, Coach Chambers, he made a big emphasis on not letting no one in the paint. Like, we want to give up the most paint points, and paint kick-out threes is like the biggest thing right now. So like our defensive schemes, like if we don't let guys in the paint, then they'll have like a worse time scoring. And,
sure.
That's like our main goal right now.
Okay, you play point, you play shooting guard, you play small forward at times, you've played a little bit of big forward. What do you like best, and is there a role you like best and are most comfortable in?
I don't think, I just like playing. I love the game of basketball. Any position out there, I'm out there. I'll just give it my all and just do whatever I got to do to get a win. For
you, more exciting to see a shoemate dunk or a DJ three-pointer?
I could definitely say a shoemate dunk.
So, do you guys look to set him up?
For sure.
When it's there?
Definitely. Like we know, like he's a threat, a lob threat. Anytime he's around the rim, and anytime he has a fast break, he's gonna find him on the break.
When we come back on Poke Nation, we talked about Javohn about why he's the masked man and how it is wearing the black mask all the time. Right here on Poke Nation.
At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
Ever since I was young, I've known what I wanted to do. Sure, I had some guidance along the way. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But eventually, I had all I wanted. Family, career. It went by fast. Now I'm here. Retirement. And thanks to sound financial planning, it will be all I hoped for. And our children will have a secure legacy. For me, retirement is the next great chapter in my life.
Ferdinandson Financial Group. Let us help you make a plan.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Welcome to Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where every dish is crafted with fresh ingredients bursting with flavor. Make your date night unforgettable with our authentic Mexican dishes in a cozy and unique setting. Experience our warm and welcoming staff dedicated to ensuring your dining experience is nothing short of exceptional. Unwind at our bar with weekly drink specials perfect for any occasion. Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where great food, people, and drinks come together.
We're back with Javohn Garcia, 6'3" guard, McNeese. You got an extra year coming back, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to come back?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so
Good answer.
talk about this. Is you're the masked bandit now? Do you have an official nickname? Do people call you anything, and do they recognize you with the mask?
I hear different names all the time, like Batman, Mask Cowboy. That's about it.
Does anybody take shots at your nose because of that? Because you got a broken nose.
I could say guys in the court, they sometimes try, but the mask, it covers everything.
So the mask, do you feel like now you could take the mask off, but now it's just part of it and you like it?
I basically was talking with DJ before the season. He said, he's like, it's a good fit and I think you should rock with it. And I said, all right, I got you. I'm going to do it the whole season. I do have to get surgery, though, after the year. I got surgery in the summer. They partially fixed my nose, and so I have to go back after the year and get another surgery.
Now, you broke your nose in the summer.
Yes, sir.
So you had to wear it to begin with, or you would have had to have surgery and not play. How much would you have missed?
I would have been out roughly around like 3 or 4 months. And I know, like, that time off in basketball is like, it's not the same. Like, you got to get everything back. So I just decided to do the surgery after the year.
So I'm pushing you for Player of the Year. But your numbers aren't gaudy. They're very consistent, What exactly is your game? Because you've had some 25-point games. Then, like last night, you had 9 as everybody else kind of fit in. Do you find it that you have to fit in pieces, or are you trying to just get other people involved?
Like I said before, like anything team wants me to do to get a win, I'm gonna do it. Like if it's not my night, coach always says like next guy step up in the rotation. Like we have a deep roster that everyone can score and make plays, and if it's not your night, then next guy, it's gonna be the next guy night.
I think too the one thing that people don't talk about with you, and Jim mentioned it with the team, but I think defensively, I mean, we're a juggernaut, you know what I mean? And I think it really starts with you. You know, I think that and I want to talk about this, the second year in coach's system, and, you know, and I want to ask DJ the same thing, but, you know, because defensively you switch a lot, right? And your ability to, you know, take away the paint, but also mismatches, the ball goes in the paint, you're able to double from the backside. Like, the schemes are very unlike traditional teams in the way they play, right? And not to get too much in the weeds with our fans, but when you guys press, the reason why your press is so good is because you're not worried about matchups, right? I don't have to go guard him, you don't have to guard him. When you first come into a system like this, how hard is it to learn, and how much easier is it year 2? And now, you know, I watch Javohn Brown, I watch you, I watch DJ, and it's so natural on and off the ball. Talk a little bit about that progression and what it's like year 2.
Definitely like last year, it was definitely like an adjustment to me because I never played a defense like this. And coach, he just we practice habits, like great habits, like every day. We in the gaps, switching 1 through 5, and in the press every day, and we just all like we keep going back, keep going at it, and then now I feel like it's natural. Like I've been here for a whole year, so I know what he expects every play, and it just. We just try to teach the guys that's new here and try to get them to.
Because it's really different. I mean, it's very different. And, like the thing I love about Coach too and what you guys do, especially defensively, is like when you press, you'll mix up your presses, right? You'll have an odd front press and a 1-2-2. You'll have a 2-2-1. You'll come out sometimes in a 1-3-1 half court. I mean, so it's hard I always put myself in the opposing coach. It's hard to get us in rotations, which
out of position.
100%. And the key to offense is to get 2 on the ball and spin it and play out of rotation. Well, when you don't, but it's really hard to do that against this defense.
Like I said, like the press is like real big. It's a big emphasis like every day because it stops the offense momentum, the shot clock, we look at all that. So like the offense has that much time to score, and once they get across half, they're already looking at under 20.
That's right.
And that's less time for us to be playing defense.
Yeah, like last night, I think they had 4 clock shot violations. They had 17 turnovers where you got 22 points off of. But more importantly is, in the second half, you made them rush their offense. Like in the first half, they got a little comfortable, got some 3 openings. But rushing their offense allows you guys to kind of get out in transition too. How much better are you guys in transition? Because it seems like when you guys get some easy buckets, things really open up.
Yeah, I feel like in transition, like it's hard to keep up because you have to. There's too many different guys that can get going in transition at a fast pace, and transition is key because the defense is an odd number front and the backside, and that's the easiest way to get fast buckets.
Okay, so we all know about DJ's personality. Who else has a good personality on the team? Who else cracks you up?
Definitely Quade.
Okay. Because he seems like it. Now, he's always smiling on the court. Even like when he got into a push with the guy last night, he's still smiling at the guy on the court. Who are some other guys that we don't know about?
I could say Javohn Brown, B. Murray for sure.
I heard Brewer has a personality.
Yeah, Brewer definitely has a personality.
So as you guys get going, obviously everything's been planned for the NCAA tournament, the postseason tournament coming up and that. Do you feel there's a kind of a push to the end now coming? That there's kind of, you're going to ramp it up?
Yes, sir. Like
because Coach talks about finishing.
Yeah, the end is always the hardest part. That's what Coach always says. Because we got these next games coming up. It's like teams like yesterday that doesn't have nothing to lose. And like we have to play every game like it's our last.
Yeah, and they got one shot, and that's to win the tournament. So you're going to get their best. When we come back with Coach's final thoughts, Javohn Garcia has been our guest here on Polk Nation.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us. At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
We're back, and Javohn Garcia is the perfect example of, I think he really learned from Wells last year. But I think he's the clear-cut favorite for the player of the year, even though people are like, well, his numbers aren't great and that. Guy makes winning plays.
Well, anyone who doesn't think that, I think, doesn't understand basketball. When you have a team that, again, there's a lot of basketball to be played, but if it plays out the way we think, we'll be, the number one seed and the regular season champion. And, Garcia has been the most consistent player. And
his numbers in league are much better than outside of league too.
Absolutely. And I think that he's really coming into his own. He really understands how to make winning plays. Yeah. And that might not just be making the shot. It's hitting free throws down the stretch. It's making the right play defensively. It's cutting off
when to back off and when to go forward.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's such a shy young man, but he is a great human being, and comes from a challenging background, and that's what college athletics is all about. This kid's going to leave. Hopefully, obviously, he has another year left, and said he wants to come back, and but he's going to leave with a degree. He's going to have opportunities to play somewhere professionally, and think about his children's life, because he came to college, got a college degree. Will make some money playing the game. Yeah. And what it changes generations. And that's the part. Change. That's exactly right. And that's the part about college athletics. When I talk about investing in college athletics, it's not just, hey, we want to have a good team. You really are investing in human beings that that can change generations, and it's a really, really powerful tool.
He scored his 1,000th point the other night, career-wise. And when we were talking to him after the game, he was like, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought there were many times I wanted to give up the game. Mm-hmm. So to see that perseverance and to see that change, and now to see him thrive is kind of like and take over a leadership role when last year he kind of backed off a little bit because there was another alpha male in the room. It's really nice to see. All right, let's talk about some other things you got going on. Tennessee coming here on Friday to play softball. Mm-hmm. That's number 6 in the country this year, perennial power. How do you keep getting major programs to come here, especially for that sport? Because Wichita State's a good baseball program, and they're coming here this weekend too for baseball to open up the baseball season.
I think a couple things. Number one, I think the majority of the credit has to go to Coach Landreneau, because Tennessee's coming here knowing the history of this program and knowing the net, if you will, of McNeese softball. Okay, so that helps.
Well, they're not going to get hurt if they win and it's a close game. They're not going to get hurt. They're not going to be punished for coming here.
100%. That's one. Number two, our facilities are really good. Yeah. And when you get teams at that level that are used to playing in real clubhouses and real stadiums and real turf, et cetera, we check those boxes. And number three, quite honestly, is the weather. And because we are warm, knock on wood, usually this time of year, and when teams from that part of the country...
And also your field, you can get a rainstorm and still play.
Exactly right. And so all three of those components going together has allowed that to happen. And it's exciting. It's exciting to have, the University of Tennessee from the SEC come and play us in softball. It's great.
They also make a point that it's the food. They like to come here for the food.
Thank Carl Vincent and the Dugout Club. They do a great job of feeding all the teams. Shout out to you, Carl.
Okay, so real quick, the suites are being sold now up in the press box. What exactly is it? Is that a suite level? Is that what you're calling it?
Yes, so it's going to be, the suites will be available for sale here in the next few weeks. We put out something yesterday because we filmed it.
Yeah, we saw you.
And we of all the information, there's 3 levels of suites based on how many seats you have and standing room only. There is a waiting list. We do not have all 23 sold, so if you're interested, contact the ticket office ASAP. We do have some available, but there's no question in my mind with the amount of text messages I got today that they'll be sold before we walk into them.
And real quick, Gatsby.
There are 4 tables left out of 100. Okay, we have sold 96 tables. We have 4 more to go. So it is the party of the year. I say it all the time. So if you want to be a part of the biggest, best, grandest party of the year, contact mafgatsbygala.com. Get your table. It is a blast.
Thank Javohn Garcia for being our guest. We'll see you next week on Plug Nation.